Energy is the lifeblood of the cosmos. It's the driving force behind every action, every change, and every phenomenon we observe. From the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, energy is what makes the universe tick. Without energy, there would be no light, no heat, no motion. The universe would be a static, lifeless void. Understanding energy is fundamental to understanding our place in the universe. It's the key to unlocking the secrets of the natural world and to developing sustainable solutions for the future. Energy is the currency of the cosmos, and it's essential that we learn how to spend it wisely. Energy takes many forms, but it can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another. This fundamental principle, known as the law of conservation of energy, governs the flow of energy throughout the universe. From the fusion reactions within the sun to the electrical impulses in our brains, energy is constantly being exchanged and transformed, driving the dynamic processes that shape our world. The sun, a blazing sphere of hot gas 150 million kilometers away, is the ultimate source of energy for our planet. Within its core, temperatures reach millions of degrees, and immense pressure fuses hydrogen atoms into helium, releasing unimaginable amounts of energy in the process. This energy, in the form of light and heat, radiates outward from the sun, bathing our planet in its life-giving glow. It's this solar energy that drives Earth's climate, fuels photosynthesis in plants, and ultimately sustains all life on our planet. The sun's power is staggering. Every second it releases more energy than humanity has consumed in its entire history. This vast reservoir of solar energy represents an almost limitless source of clean and sustainable power, if we can only learn to harness it effectively. Deep beneath our feet, another source of energy simmers: the Earth's internal heat. This geothermal energy is a remnant of the planet's formation, generated by the radioactive decay of elements within the Earth's core and mantle. It's a constant source of heat, driving volcanic eruptions, powering hot springs, and offering a vast and largely untapped reservoir of energy. Geothermal energy can be harnessed by tapping into these underground reservoirs of heat. By drilling deep wells and circulating water through these hot rocks, we can extract heat to generate electricity or to provide direct heating for homes and buildings. Geothermal energy is a clean and renewable source of power, with minimal greenhouse gas emissions. While it's not as widely available as solar or wind energy, it offers a reliable and sustainable source of power in regions with suitable geological conditions. Energy is also stored within the chemical bonds of matter itself. When these bonds are broken or formed, energy is released or absorbed. This is the principle behind chemical energy, the energy stored in substances like fuels, batteries, and even the food we eat. Fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas are prime examples of chemical energy. These fuels are formed over millions of years from the remains of ancient organisms, their bodies transformed by heat and pressure into concentrated sources of carbon-based energy. When burned, these fuels release their stored chemical energy in the form of heat, which can be used to generate electricity, power vehicles, or heat homes. However, this process also releases greenhouse gases and other pollutants into the atmosphere, contributing to climate change and air pollution. Section 5. Renewable versus non-renewable, a choice for the future. The sources of energy we rely on can be broadly classified into two categories: renewable and non-renewable. Renewable energy sources like solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal are constantly replenished by natural processes. They offer a sustainable path to powering our world without depleting finite resources or polluting the planet. Non-renewable energy sources, on the other hand, are finite and will eventually run out. Fossil fuels, the dominant source of energy for the past century, fall into this category. Their extraction and use have come at a significant cost to the environment and have contributed to the urgent threat of climate change. The choice between renewable and non-renewable energy is not just a matter of environmental concern, but also one of energy security and economic stability. As global demand for energy continues to grow, relying on finite and geographically concentrated fossil fuels poses significant risks. Section 6. Harnessing the power of nature. Sustainable solutions. Fortunately, we have the technology and the ingenuity to transition to a more sustainable energy future. Solar panels convert sunlight directly into electricity, while wind turbines harness the kinetic energy of the wind. Hydroelectric dams capture the power of flowing water, and geothermal plants tap into the Earth's internal heat. These renewable energy technologies are becoming increasingly efficient and affordable, making them a viable alternative to fossil fuels in many parts of the world. As we continue to invest in research and development, we can unlock even greater potential from these clean and sustainable energy sources. The transition to a renewable energy future also requires a fundamental shift in our energy infrastructure, from smart grids that can efficiently distribute renewable energy to energy storage solutions that can address the intermittent nature of solar and wind power. We need to rethink how we generate, transmit, and consume energy. Section 7. Energy in our lives' everyday examples. Energy is not just an abstract concept confined to power plants and scientific equations. It's an integral part of our daily lives, powering everything from our homes and transportation to our communication devices and entertainment systems. The electricity that lights our homes, charges our phones, and powers our appliances likely comes from a mix of energy sources, including fossil fuels, nuclear power, and increasingly, renewable energy. The food we eat provides our bodies with chemical energy, which we use to fuel our activities, from walking and talking to thinking and dreaming. Even the simple act of reading this essay requires a constant supply of energy to power the neurons in our brains. Section 8. The urgency of sustainability, a shared responsibility. The choices we make about energy have far-reaching consequences for the planet and for future generations. Continuing to rely on fossil fuels will lead to further climate change, with potentially catastrophic consequences for ecosystems, human societies, and the global economy. Embracing a sustainable energy future, on the other hand, offers a path to a cleaner, healthier, and more equitable world. By transitioning to renewable energy sources, we can reduce our reliance on finite resources, mitigate the impacts of climate change, and create a more sustainable and prosperous future for all. The transition to a sustainable energy future is not just a technological challenge, but also a social and political one. It requires collective action from individuals, communities, businesses, and governments to make informed choices, invest in clean technologies, and implement policies that promote energy efficiency and renewable energy development. Section 9. A call to action: energy literacy for a brighter future. In a world increasingly shaped by energy challenges and opportunities, energy literacy is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. Understanding where our energy comes from, how it's used, and the environmental and social impacts of our energy choices is essential for making informed decisions as individuals and as a global community. We must all become more conscious consumers of energy, reducing our own energy footprints through conservation efforts and by making sustainable choices whenever possible. We must also engage in informed dialogue about energy policy, supporting leaders and policies that promote a clean and sustainable energy future. The future of our planet depends on our collective wisdom and action. Let's choose to power our world with the boundless energy of the sun, the wind, and the earth itself, ensuring a brighter future for generations to come.